Veteran of the Week 5, August 29th to September 4th, 2021. Lieutenant Colonel Percy John Philpott, MC, DSC, OBE. 46th Battalion, South Saskatchewan Regiment, aka the Suicide Battalion. Canadian Expeditionary Force and Canadian Army. First World War and Second World War. Lieutenant Colonel Percy John Philpott of Rollo, Saskatchewan, was born on the 15th of December, 1896, in Bromyard, Herefordshire, England. Philpott was a clerk by trade. He enlisted in the 46th Overseas Battalion on the 15th of January, 1915, in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan, as an enlisted member, private number 426372, but quickly rose up the ranks, which eventually led to gaining a commission. On the 21st of October, 1915, he was appointed to acting sergeant and was confirmed to the rank of sergeant on the 1st of November that year. He sailed to England from Halifax, Nova Scotia on the 21st of October, 1915, the same day he was appointed to sergeant, and arrived in Devonport, England on the 2nd of November, 1915. From England with his unit he proceeded to France on the 10th of August, 1916. They landed at the French port of Havre on the 11th of August. He was awarded the Distinguished Conduct Medal on the 10th of January, 1917, for conspicuous gallantry and devotion to duty. Philpott and a small number of others rescued 3 wounded men who were under heavy fire, and on another occasion he assumed command of and handled his platoon with great courage and determination. On the 9th of April, 1917, he received a promotion to temporary lieutenant in the 46th Battalion. Lieutenant Philpott was then wounded in action, the first of several, 3 times to be exact. On the 3rd of May, 1917, a gunshot wound to his left wrist. He returned to duty from this wound on the 12th of May that year. Lieutenant Philpott would again be wounded, this time much more severely, as he would have to be invalided back to England for treatment. This wound, a gunshot wound to his right thigh, occurred on the 20th of October, 1917. He was invalided back to England on the 3rd of November. He would return to his unit, the 46th Battalion, on the 21st of June, 1918. 3 months later, he would be wounded again, this time with a gunshot wound to his left arm, on the 28th of September, 1918. He would again be invalided back to England for treatment of this wound, but returned to duty with the 46th in France on the 26th of February, 1919. Just prior to his return, on the 1st of February, 1919, Lieutenant Philpott was awarded the Military Cross for conspicuous gallantry and devotion to duty for his actions at Dury, at Cours Saint-Quentin, and Canal du Nord. These actions taking place on the 2nd to 4th of September, 1918. In the citation for his award in the London Gazette, it mentions Lieutenant Philpott as leading his platoon brilliantly during the assault, capturing over 100 prisoners and inflicting severe casualties on the enemy. Then, after having accomplished the objective, he rescued a wounded fellow officer who was under heavy fire and carried him to safety. On the 3rd of September, he conducted a daring and difficult recce of the enemy positions at Canal du Nord, which resulted in gaining invaluable information. After returning to his unit, Lieutenant Philpott proceeded back to England in April of 1919, and from there back to Canada. He was discharged via general demobilization on the 10th of June, 1919. While he was discharged, it would not be the end of Philpott's military career, as he enlisted again during the Second World War on the 18th of March, 1940, and would serve in Canada, the United Kingdom, the Central Mediterranean, and continental Europe during the war. After the Second World War, he returned to reserve status. Lieutenant Colonel Philpott's decorations are Officer of the Order of the British Empire, the Military Cross, Distinguished Conduct Medal, the British War Medal, the Victory Medal, the 39 to 45 Star, the Italy Star, the France and Germany Star, the Defense Medal, the Canadian Volunteer Service Medal, the War Medal 39 to 45, King George V Silver Jubilee, King George VI Coronation, and Queen Elizabeth II Coronation. He also has Legion medals. His Legion medals are 1936 Vimy Pilgrimage, Past Branch President, Saskatoon Branch, and Past Provincial President, Saskatchewan Command. This week we honor the incredible service of Lieutenant Colonel Percy John Philpott of Rollo, Saskatchewan, who is the great uncle of Comrade Jim Spencer, a member of our branch, Branch 56. Thank you for your service, Lieutenant Colonel Percy John Philpott.